All right, sorry, Jason Derulo. It's time for Ryan Yarbrough to take over. All right, can everybody hear me okay? All right, so for the next 45 minutes, I'm yours, and we're gonna be diving into some campaigns. So I want to start before we get into campaigns and finishing up answering a question from the last class on the video. So I'm gonna go into that here in a second, but first I'll start off as we should and introduce who I am. My name is Ryan Yarbrough. I am the South Florida Regional Technology Director, and I am here to make sure you guys all get educated and everything command and help you with your businesses. So if you're an agent and you're looking to increase your business, you have myself and you have all the market center tech trainers in every single one of the market centers here to help you. And I want you guys to understand that you have as free of charge for you to use as part of your benefits of being with Keller Williams. So please do not hesitate to ask us for any questions. All right, so I'm going to take it away now. First thing I'm going to do is start sharing my screen so I can show you. This is my beautiful mug, and that's Jay who's coming next. And I will take you into Canva. Out of Canva and into campaigns. Yes, I do use Canva still. I still love Canva. It's got a lot of great things, but I do love designs as well. One of the things that designs does better than Canva is it can pull properties in. So I'm going to go back into designs to finish showing you the videos that we were creating. When I come into designs, the very first thing I'm going to do is I am going to go to the top and go to videos, because if you were taking that last class, you probably created a video along with her. And if you didn't, I suggest you do go create a video. And the next thing you're going to want to do is you want to come to your video right here, and there's going to be 3 dots on that video, and you can select that and you'll have a download using campaigns, share it on social, rename or delete. So if you wanted to download this and send it to somebody, you could do so by hitting download right here. If you think that that video is going to be too long, I'm going to give you a little tip right here. I would highly suggest you download that and put it into your Google Drive. Once you have it into Google Drive, you can share the link from your Google Drive. Just make sure that you make that link open and available to everybody so that they're not having to request access from you. All right. So again, just download that, put it into Google Drive, go into your share settings, make sure that you make the share settings as open to anybody who has the link, and then share that link with somebody, and it won't be as big of a file for you to have to text to somebody. Emailing, it should work. If it is too big in emailing, usually it'll automatically default to sharing via Google Drive. You also have the using campaigns, which is what we're going to talk about now. Utilizing this campaign. So say I wanted to go ahead and send this out in a campaign. I can click the using campaigns option, and then it's going to ask me what kind of campaign. Give it a name. I'll call this Miami video. Set up campaign. I have somebody saying that they can't see anything. So let me see if I can fix my screen resolution again. That would be too big.
That's much better, Ryan.
Thank you. All right, it's taking its slow time. So I'm gonna hit refresh on this again. Seems to be taking its time on that one. So I'm just going to circumvent that because it's not working as well as if I was just go to campaigns and set it up. So let me just start from here. So I did show you if you have videos, you can download them and you can share them that way. So when you come into campaigns, which is what this class is about, you have your dashboard here, which shows you an overview of everything. I can see the accounts I'm connected to in my social media, which if you're not connected to any, you can hit the manage button. Let me move you guys out of my way over here. So I can hit the manage button, and that's basically a shortcut to getting to settings like this up here. I'm just using this section to go to manage, and I can set up my campaigns. And currently I have all these connected. If I wanted to connect more accounts, I can, and I can do it right from here. I like using that method because it is much simpler. You also have leads to goal. So if you did set your goals in the report section, you can go to your goals, and I have 77,189 more leads to go to get my goal. That's a lot of leads, so I better get my leads going.
You need any help, Brian?
Campaigns. What's that?
You need any help on those?
You're welcome to come over and help all you want.
Okay.
All righty. Then we have performance. This is in Facebook showing that I've spent in the past 30 days about $40. So obviously I need to increase my spending so I can get these leads up. I can also see how many leads have come in, how many campaigns I've run, and then I can see what my engagement is. And I can change that based upon which one I'm using. My top performing campaigns just shows the property I'm using and seeing this one has the most leads that came out of it. It had 10 leads on this one campaign. The funny thing is that I only spent $10 on that campaign. So I got more leads off of it, spending less. And then this one is lowest cost per click. That's just this month. Then I can come down and see these are quick posts. So these are posts that KWI has already made for us that we can quickly just post. You don't have to do any of the work. It's already done for you, except for hitting next and giving it the okay to post to whatever social media you choose to do. And we're going to go into that in more detail here in a moment. And then there's some tips by KWU. They're going to give you tips on how to do all the stuff that we're actually talking about. So if I'm not explaining it well enough for you, you're more than welcome to go in and watch some of these videos here. Also, answers.kw.com. If you have any questions on how to do this or that, a lot of times you can go to answers.kw.com and type in whatever your question is, just like I use Google for, and search for it. And it'll come up with step-by-steps with screenshots in there on how to do a lot of what we're talking about. All right, so I'm going to go up to the top and I'm going to focus on these tabs. We have the dashboard, which we just looked at. We have paid ads, which I like to call are not mets. So we're paying to meet these people. So these are our not mets that we want to meet. Then we have our emails, which we all know. That's where we spam people. And then we have direct mail, which direct mail is the postcards that you get in the mail. And then social posts are our mets. So these are people we've already met. And these are people who have liked our Facebook page, and we can advertise for free to them from there. Does that make sense? I'm looking at the screen here, see if I got a bunch of head nods. I hope so. All right, so I see Paul asking, how do you put a lead capture form in the post? You're going to see that here shortly. We don't actually insert it ourselves. It's already put in there for us. But we will come to that, I promise. All right, so I'm going to start with social posts because we'll probably spend most of our time on paid ads, and I want to make sure we do get to social posts. So let's go to there first, and we'll work our way backwards. So social posts, as you can see, we've got the week's timeline here, and if I had any posts scheduled right now, you would be able to see those posts in there. I can also come right here and it shows the days of the week, and I can click on that and create a social post right from here. You can see some suggested quick posts right here for you, which usually almost always are centered around what's going on right now. So we're seeing like tax time and stuff like that coming up. So they're showing all those numbers showing up right in here. You can also see that if you come up here to this calendar, it shows week. We can also go to month. I like this in here because I lobbied for this heavily to be in here. It was in Canva and we didn't have it in there. And I wanted to be able to schedule my posts out for a long period of time. I didn't want to have to come on here every single day and schedule a post. That just isn't the best use of my time. So what the goal was is if I could go ahead and put on my calendar that I'm going to allot myself an hour and I'm going to just sit here and do social posts for an hour, I could probably fill up my calendar for the next several months just by going through here for an hour and doing this, or at least I can get the whole month done in that time period. So I would go through here and schedule a post for every single day. My goal would be to probably get at least 2 posts every single day. All right, so how would I do that? I would just come in here and you can see I don't have any. So I would start with these. So my neighborhood one, which is the one you were just shown, it just takes you through a quick process of picking your neighborhood and then posting it right to Facebook. The social one I'm going to share with you right now. It comes up. It's already created for you. It takes on my team page on Facebook. So make sure you are using on Facebook your team page, which is your business page. You can't use a personal page to do it. Then you're going to come down and you're going to choose whether you want this to schedule the post immediately or if you want to schedule a post. So if I published immediately, I could just click this and then choose where I want this to go. So I could put this on any of these sites and I could also put it on Twitter. So I'm going to choose these 2. Now, when you choose Twitter, what I want you to be aware of is you're restricted to the characters of 280. This is showing there's 310 out of the 280. So I would either have to make it shorter or exclude Twitter. So in this instance, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to exclude Twitter. If you can shorten it up, you can go ahead and do so and get it on both. Because as you can see on Facebook, they give me quite a bit more. I get 2,200 characters. All right. They've already put the picture in. They've already put everything that needs to be on there. So all I have to do at this point is hit publish posts. Now, when I hit this, it is going to publish right to my Facebook business page right now. Now, you can see on the calendar, here's April 27th at 2:12 p.m. It's posted to Facebook. And it shows it down here as well. This was just published at that time. Now, I'm going to sit here and do it again. I want this home one. This time, I'm going to go ahead and schedule this for tomorrow. So I'm going to schedule a post for 10 a.m. and tomorrow's 28th. So that's good. I like that. 10 a.m. is suggested because that's a good time to post. I'm going to post it there and I'm going to post it there on Twitter. This falls within the 280, so I'm good on there. I'm ready to go. Schedule post. Schedule post. Guys, it's that simple. It's really, really, really simple because I didn't have to do anything. They already did it for me, and there's more and more and more that keep showing up as I go. So you can utilize this to get all your social media done. You're making that touch on all those people who are already on your Facebook business page. Now, I do recommend trying to post at least twice a day on that page if possible. That's completely up to you. If you only want to do one, you can. If you want to do 20, you can. Just make sure there's such thing as over communicating. All right. Remember, these are like commercials to your people. And if you're doing it in a thoughtful way and sharing things that matter to them, that's what you want on there. All right. So here is basically your way of having your communication kit for your people in your Met sphere. Then we're going to have direct mail, which is, again, we're going to try to meet people. We're going to try and reach out to those people in our farming areas. So in direct mail, we can take a listing we have, we can take listings that we've sold and create any type of direct mailer to send to them that we would like. To create this, we're just going to hit create new campaign. Wait. Yep. And we're going to go to direct mail. I'm going to call this take command. And I'm going to advertise a listing. I can use default templates provided or upload a custom template. So where I would get a custom template from is within designs. I could create one in designs and bring it over to here, just making sure that I have the correct template in place and I use the bleed marks properly. Set up campaign. I like the easy part. So I'm going to go to all listings. And I'm going to select something that looks nice. I love this broken tree right here. It looks great for 79 grand. So I'll put that one in there. So I get a broken tree for almost $80,000 in California. That's something right there I think that is worth pointing out, is the fact that I can pull something in from California. That means that we have that much power that we can reach across our entire country and pull listings, when typically with any other vendor, we would only be able to pull up our own area. Now that might not matter sometimes, but what if I am trying to reach a demographic outside of our country, our state, or even our country, and we can go into Canada, Mexico, any of those areas. Those may be areas that we get a lot of traffic from. One way you can do that is go into Referral Map and look at your Referral Map. There's a map section in there. You can see where referrals are coming from and where people are going to. Okay, so here's your listing. All information is pulled in from the KWLS. Now, the only thing in here is it doesn't have any bedrooms, baths, which is correct because this is parcel land. Listing photos, it pulls that as well. You can come in here and choose from the photos that are in here. I really liked that photo that was of that broken tree, so I'm going to keep that one as my selected photo. It's telling you it's got low resolution. Let's save it anyway. Doesn't like it. I've had to do this in the past where I've removed the image and I've just had to upload my own. It tends to like the images I have better. These ones that's pulling from the MLS, it doesn't really like so much because they're so low quality. Now you're going to go through the same process. You're just going to make sure that your information is correct. Market center is got all the information in there correctly. So I'm verifying. All right, and I can set my budget in here. So postcard quantity of 200. That's going to be about $118. So if you want to adjust that at all, I can adjust that right in here. Now the next section, once I get this photo, let me verify the listing details on here. Save. What did I miss? Oh, went well over the amount I'm allowed. Let's see, maybe it's there. All right. I want to be able to show you that you can. Pictures look good on here, but they're just not high enough quality. So I will go to. I like that one. That's going to be my postcard. And it took it. Great. If you want to add a QR code onto here, you can add it on. And that's just going to make it so that if anybody scans that, you can track it and you can assign a landing page to that. So it'll take them right to that landing page. Landing page is a whole nother thing. So if you want to do lead capture off of it, you can just get the I don't particularly, I'm just trying to, Linda, I'm trying to answer your question. The clarification on how are I looking to use the California license, I'm not trying to use it. I'm just using it as an example because it popped up first. There's no particular reason for it. I just wanted to pull something in quickly. But I can choose it in my landing pages. So I've got this landing page that I did already. It pops up. And again, I'm not trying to, I'm just doing this at speed. I didn't create this specifically for this. However, if you do want to use this QR code to do lead capture, go and create a landing page that has lead capture on it. Okay. It's that simple. It's really quick and easy. That's not this class right here though. So I'm not going to take us down that bunny trail. I'm choosing to use this compact 4x6 one. It's the cheapest one they have on there. I could choose to go bigger if I wanted to. just select next to it and you're able to switch to that one. It does tell you the picture needs to be bigger though for that. So I'll keep it at this. All right, so I'm going to go to the part that you guys probably would want to see most, and that's just configuring where they're going to. So we're going to target our farm. All right. So the map comes up, takes us to the area that this is in. It's using that address, but if I wanted to, I could change that address of the place I want to target. I would just come right here and I would type in the address. So I want to go to 123 Main Street. I could. All these homes are in here. I can see homes to target is 200 like we had set up in the first area. Property type, we can do all. I want to focus on single family homes. So there's that. And then I can do bedrooms. That doesn't really matter to me. Square footage doesn't matter to me. Year built doesn't matter to me. Last sold might. Because if I want to only target the people who have been living in their home for a little while, I want to wait and see if I don't want to buy somebody who's bought recently. So I'm going to go back to 2017. Then I can target just those people. So I'm not really throwing a card on somebody who just bought a house. Now in this market, it seems like it doesn't really matter. You could probably do that. You can also go by the last price sold. So if you have a price point you work in and you don't want to work in that low price point, I only work for 700 and up. I'll just do that. So I'm only going to work for 700 up. There's all the homes, at least 200 within that range I just set up. There it goes. So there's all the homes in there that I'm going to target in that area I set, and it's going to cost me 118, and I could hit next and I'll send it out. I can also select to make sure I send a copy to the company address. That way I get to see it. So I just select that. It's an extra 59 cents to do so. No big deal. Hit next, send out. And if I hit next, it's going to just take me into the payment section. It's going to give me a preview of what we're looking to send. Just got to wait for that to load. There it is. Look at that beautiful card. We got take command being sent to everybody. And that's what it looks like on the back. It's talking about this property. It's a unique 3-parcel property. There's my QR code that I selected. If I scan that, you could go ahead and scan it right now. I'll take you to that landing page I built if you wanted to. And then there's our office, and there's the property it's going to. It's even got my pretty picture on there. The printer being used is a printer, whatever printer that, man, right off the top of my head, I can't remember the name of the company that's doing this. It's, let me see if it's on the bottom here. Real Mailers. So Real Mailers has printers all throughout the country. So it's whatever the closest location is. Okay. So if you want much higher quality print, because the ones I've seen so far off here are, I'm not going to tell you they're the best quality in the world, but they're not bad either. They're kind of middle of the road, and the best value for the money is basically what it comes down to. So if you want really high quality, and like if you're doing luxury listings and you really want high quality, you may want to try and just download these and send them to your own printer and have them sent out. But the nice part about this on here is you actually get to target the database through here. Okay. You wouldn't be able to do that if we went through a different printer, because then you'd have to get the list. On Real Mailers, they provide you a list because they're providing their software in here.
Ryan, Terry has her hand up.
Okay, I can't see that part, so thank you for letting me know. Go ahead, Terry.
Hi, Ryan. I wanted to ask if you could go over really quickly how you were able to narrow out people that had already sold, or it was when you were in the map?
Yep, definitely not a problem. Of course, it takes me all the way back. Let me go to direct mailers.
Because I'd want to exclude certain people who have what?
Right.
Recently bought, recently sold.
Whatever reason, this is showing my list, my paid ads. That's really weird. I think I just found a bug. Because this is obviously in direct mail, but it's showing me all my paid ads. So if I go to all. I'm just going to have to hit create new again. I'll take you through it really quickly and get to that point. So ignore everything I'm doing because I'm just going through speed to get you to the section you just asked for. Go to direct mail.
Mucha luz. No, yo no puedo ir, porque me dice que instale no sé qué. No, no necesitas instalar.
And all right, so we should be able to go to this part. So once we go to step 2, which is configure targeting.
Launch meeting, dale.
All right, so yours last sold is right here in the configure targeting. So that's where I chose, like, it's showing between the year 1800 up to 2021 is when they last sold. So if I want to specify, I don't want anybody who's bought in the last 5 years. So I'm going to go down to 2016. And I can do that just by moving that down. Also, if I want a price point, I just move the slider based upon the price point. Because right now I'm looking between 0 and 20 million. So if I want to change that to, I don't work under 300,000, I can do that right here. Let's put it 295. So I got 295,000 up to 20 million.
Okay, so I'm targeting buyers, okay, who have not purchased in the last 5 years, and the price point is
Right. I would be more
295,000 and up.
targeting listings on this side because I'd probably be looking for people who already live in their home and they've purchased within the last 5 years, and they may be getting ready to move again. They may have equity in their home now. So now I'm going to start targeting them and letting them know, hey, we've been selling in your neighborhood. We just sold these and we have more buyers from all these sales and they're looking to buy. Would you be interested in selling your home? So I could send this
Okay.
out.
Okay, so I'm targeting listings.
Correct.
Okay,
Unless you,
very
if
clear
you
now.
have listings already and you want to target buyers, you can. The only problem with that is now the way you would have to go about that is finding people who are maybe living in rental homes. So you have to get a list of rental homes, and they don't give you that on here. The only thing I would suggest on there is maybe finding people through the tax records who maybe have an address for their taxes being sent somewhere else. That's a little bit more work.
Thank you for the clarification.
Okay, no problem. All right, so that's how you do that part. So I'm going to now take us 15 more minutes to get you back to do Facebook ads. So we just showed direct mail, and you can go create your own design and upload your own design into the mailer if you like. Like I said, you can do multiple properties on the front showing that you've just sold these. You can create that right in Designs. There is already a template in there for doing postcards, so utilize that one. You do have emails as well. You have 5,000 emails that are free that go through command mail. Currently, this is a section that we're working on improving more and more. But right now you can create emails to go out through here. If you're on a team, it doesn't work as great right now. I would suggest instead of using campaigns right now, if you're on a team, to use smart plans to send out your emails instead. But if you're a single agent, campaigns works fine for you. The reason being is that on a team, you're controlling who's sending what, and also you have all your contacts either on the team side or in the personal side. And most people who aren't using it probably kept theirs on the personal side so they can use this. That's a whole nother conversation though. So if you're having that issue, I would highly suggest you talk to your market center tech trainers, because I've worked with them quite a bit talking this over, and they know how to help you with this part. So to create an email campaign, I'm just going to click on it again, hit email. And we're going to talk about whatever it is we want to do. Maybe I want to create an email about other, and I'm going to just say we're going to send them an email about an event we're having. We're going to use command mail. Now, when we come into here, and I select my account, which is using my KW account. You should have selected that in the settings menu from before. So if you go into settings, if you don't have something set up, make sure you set up command mail in your settings. Then you're going to create a recipients list. You can create that list right from here, unless you already have one. And to create a list, I can either go through all my contacts right here. Like I'm going to go ahead and email Tom Brady this list, or I can hit tags and select from a bunch of tags. Tags is the easiest way to get a big group of people into this list as fast as possible. I'm going to stop right here just to make sure anybody doesn't have any questions, because I want to make sure. Hey, Robert, thank you very much for putting that in there. For if you're looking for renters, use Remine, IMAP, or Property Radar. Those are really great resources for that. Thank you for sharing. All right. So once we put those tags in here, like I'll put in tags for 2020. Those are all the people I've sold to in the year 2020. It'll put them in there. I can select all and then hit confirm. That should create that list. You do a very good job of putting tags on that. So I'm just throwing a whole bunch of tags on people just so I can get more people into there. I've got 5 contacts. You have to have a list name. Firm. All right, so that created a list. I've got it as test. I also have my market center tech trainers on one, so I could choose that. But it'll keep that list in there forever. Once I created that list, it stays there, unless you decide to go and delete them. Now it's going to be sending from my name, and the reply to is my email address. When this comes out, though, you're not going to see, if they go in to actually look at the email, it's not going to say that. It's going to come from a different email address that's at KW, but it's using that to send out one to many. Okay. So it'll say the reply to is to this email address, and it'll say your name, but you'll see the email address looks a little bit differently. It's masked. Subject, let's put test here. Now, if you created an email in designs, you can go to right here and select from your email. So these are a bunch of emails that I created so that I could help with the market center tech trainers in creating a smart plan for you guys that just basically sends out a monthly email about remodeling. We just kind of borrowed from Homekeeper, and then we also created some of our own in here, like this Homestead Exemption one. So let's just say I want to use this Homestead Exemption. I just select it. It's going to show it to me. I can edit it right here if I'd like. Best way to look at it is actually hit the eyeball so it shows you. Talks about homestead exemptions, and it's got my information. So out of this, I'll hit save and exit. I just verified that was all there. There it is again. It looks a lot better on this side than it did when I pulled it up for the preview. And then I can hit if I wanted to update the design, I could, but I'm ready to go. So I could just go ahead and send this out now to everybody. That's it. I could schedule it as well if I wanted to. So if I don't want it to go right now, I can just choose when I want it to go out. I want it to go out tomorrow at this time, apply time and update, and then schedule. I don't want to send that to those people though, so I'm going to stop there. I did go through that a little bit fast. If anybody does have any questions on how to do the emails and they want more help, please do reach out to your Market Center Tech trainers. I'm going to go into Facebook right now because I'm sure most of you want to learn more about Facebook. So I'm going to go into paid ads, which is the last section of this. I have 10 minutes and I might go a little bit over that. Not much, but I might go a little bit over that. So I will try and go through this thoroughly. You can see I've got several that have completed and I've got one active. So just to show you what's going on in here, you can see the paid campaigns. This is what's going on in the last 30 days. I've had 2 run in the last 30 days. I've had that many impressions, leads captured that many, and total spent was $40. So I've gotten, for $40, I've gotten 17 leads, which is not horrible. I know if I went and spent the money on Zillow, I'd probably get just as many leads, but for a lot more money. If I come over here to Cloverleaf, I can see this one is active. It's been on there for 10 days. I've got 0 impressions, 0 clicks, and 0 leads so far. It just started. So I definitely expect it to run more because I've already run it twice before. And I got 11 leads off of this one and 6 leads off of this one. If you look, it also tells you exactly right here on cost per lead is going to be 167 on that one I ran and 273. Biggest difference between the two is I ran this for 10 days at $10. I ran this for 10 days at $30. So actually did better running it for the $10. Also, I can come down and we can see some more. I'll look at my messages here in just a second. We can see that there's some other properties I put in here, and this one right here's my best performing one that I've done on this condo and on top of the world. And we had 1,600 impressions with 215 clicks and 34 leads in total. I want to explain what these are to you, okay? Impressions are people saw your ad. Clicks means once they saw your ad, they actually clicked on your ad to get into it. Now to get to your lead, that means that they had to have accepted basically 2 prompts. The first prompt is going to say, Facebook says, hey, you're going to give this person your information. We don't know, we can't control what they do with it. They have to hit yes, and then it takes them to the next prompt. Basically, it says, are you sure? And then they hit yes, and then the lead comes to you, and it pre-fills their information from Facebook and sends it to you. That quantifies a lead coming to you because you get their name, their first and last, you get their phone number and their email address that they've put onto Facebook. Now, how we do that, let's go to create new campaign, paid ad. We have to name it. Look right here. How are the leads into actual client conversion as a whole? Linda, probably need a little bit more clarification on that to make sure I answer that question better. Feel free to come on here and talk if you want, so that you can explain it if you don't want to type it. If not, feel free to type. Patty, can you go into run a Facebook ads with, you're not, oh, can you run Facebook ads that are not a listing? Yes, Patty, you definitely can run ads that are not a listing. I know that every ad that I've run, I've had better luck with listings, but I've run ads for leadership before, where like hiring and stuff like that. I haven't gotten a lot of leads off of those. I've maybe gotten a lot of eyeballs, which is fine because at least gets them thinking. But I would definitely say it'd be worth a try. For $10, throw an ad out there and see what works for you. Trying different things that other people haven't done is a good idea. The ones that people have done, like maybe buyers, trying to get listings from buyers. I've seen people do that and haven't had much luck from that. Most of the time it works better by using a listing. Also, if you don't have a listing, highly suggest you partner with somebody in your office and see if they'll let you use them. Like, I've sold all my listings. I can't keep them in stock. So when I'm trying to advertise, I partner with one of the agents in my office. Like the one I had up there that's active right now is not my listings. An agent in my office who gave me permission to use their listings anytime I wanted to. So I'm promoting those. benefits of that is you're getting that listing promoted. The end goal is to sell it. Right. How are the quality of the leads coming in? That's a good question, Linda. The quality of leads are pretty much going to be the same quality you get from pretty much almost all the other services, because all the other services are doing exactly the same thing. Like I know a lot of agents I talk to are using like Boomtown and stuff like that, and Boomtown's pulling in Facebook leads as well, and they're doing the exact same thing. The difference is we're not carrying the cost. Those leads come in at a much higher cost. Ours are coming in low. We're not charging you anything extra. We've just built a pipeline between Facebook and ourselves so that you can run them. The same type of leads though, you still have to qualify them. So I'm going to show you something here. So if you don't want to be qualifying the leads on what you can do, you'll still have to qualify them some, but not as much. So we're going to give this campaign name as test. I'm going to advertise listing because I've had the best luck on getting leads that way. I'm going to use Facebook only because I get the best return on that. You can use what you want. I've tried using Instagram. I've tried using Twitter. I just don't see the leads coming in from them as much as I see Facebook. So I stick with what works for me. I've also run Google AdWords ones, which you can do those. And I've gotten some return on those, just not as much as I get through Facebook. Facebook, honestly, is just easier to run them. All right, so I don't have any listings, so I'm going to go back in and go to all listings. Select. Again, over other services, they don't really give you the option to be able to do that, where you can just import anything from your KWLS. We've got that built in. So you're pulling the pictures, you're pulling the property information, everything's already in there for you. This is pulling from that last one I tried to pull in. Miami Beach in there, video. All right, so we can see the ad text is already filled out from the MLS. We can put a headline in here like this, see something about it. Beautiful single family home near shopping. And then description. Now it's got a whole bunch in here. It says you could be coming home to this. You can also shuffle through it and gives you more suggestions. And if you want to use a suggestion, you can. I'm going to give you my opinion though. And in this description area, it shows up right here. I'm not quite sure why it's not pulling that old one I did. Seems to be having some issues right now, right when I'm teaching this. But it will preview right here. And I want what shows up right here, honestly, to be a call to action, kind of like this shows right here. What I would rather it say here is, this is me personally, I've seen a lot better conversion doing this, is telling them exactly what to do. So I'm going to tell them to click, I'm going to put in caps, learn more. And then I'm going to tell them to get more photos and see virtual tour. The word virtual tends to get their attention because some people are still scared to go out and see homes. They'd rather just the ease of use of being online and look at it. So I'll put that in there. So I told them what to do and what they get for doing it. By that being right there and showing up, the chances of them clicking that learn more button increases dramatically. And I can't take credit for learning that. I actually learned that from Facebook. The people at Facebook do come and talk to the regional tech trainers and teach us best practices, and that's what they said they've learned. I'm going to save that. So that's the first tip, big tip and trick I can show you right there and here to get you more leads. Next one is going to be in the ad media. So it's got video in there. I'm going to switch over to images. Video does convert higher. However, for what we were just doing, it's not showing the actual pictures that we need. So I'm going to select the media of this house. I will always show one picture of the front. So I'm going to preview and crop it. It's going to show me the image. It gives, that's the size that Facebook allows me to show. So I'm going to select wherever I want it. I'm going to put it right about there. That looks good. Now that's going to be the front of my image. I'm going to add 3. I'm going to do the back. I want a picture of the back. I'm going to kind of like that. Then I'm going to do one more. You can do quite a few, but I'm only going to do one front, one back, and then one peek at the inside. So I'm going to find one that really teases them on the inside if possible. You know what? I don't see anything that really makes me excited. All right, so I've picked 3 photos. Now what's going to happen is we're going to have, Facebook is going to put this out there. We're going to use our AI to scan these photos and see which of these photos is getting the most attention. And it's going to put that photo first. So if it sees one photo outperforms another, it'll move that photo and make sure that people see that photo first. So if this beautiful kitchen right here is getting more attention than anything, then I'll put it in there. And I will notice that when I've been putting a lot of these pictures up, especially during the pandemic, everybody was going crazy for pools, and we probably still are. Pool pictures always tend to be on the top. It will show you that if you go back to look at your ad, and you can see what the top performing picture is. All right, so we've got the Keller Williams logo in there. You can choose which direction it is. So if most of your picture is showing up on the left, you might want to move it to the right or vice versa. You can include your owner statement in there, and then you can save. Facebook ad, I'm going to configure this. This is so important, okay? If there's anything you get out of here, I want you to please pay attention to this part, because this is going back to your question, Linda. So first thing I need to do is I need to make sure my account's set up in here. So I've got my, here we go, my Yarbrough team one. So there's my business page. Then it's going to default right here to use Facebook lead gen form, which is great, because if you want higher amount of leads, so this is typically what I use. If I want more views, people just looking at it and maybe not getting as many registrations, I'm going to use the site and landing page. The site and landing page, you can choose where it goes. You can use your own registration, and you're going to get probably people who are more serious because they're going to fill this form out. Okay, because you're actually going to take them somewhere where they have to fill out the form and give you their information, which means they're most likely going to be more qualified because they have more interest in what you're giving them. People are using the Facebook lead gen form is Facebook filling that information out for them, and they're just clicking buttons really quick to get through to it. Like most of us do, we just get click happy and we start clicking, click, 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 boom, the lead's there. Now you're following up with them. So it's completely up to you. I do use the Facebook lead gen form personally because I'd rather have the lead and nurture it than not have it at all. If you just don't have the time or the bandwidth or the patience to deal with people like that, then use this and choose your landing page. Now, for me, what happens is they click the button, learn more, or you can choose a different button, but learn more gets their attention. It sounds a lot better than sign up or apply now. If this was for a job, I would hit apply now. If I was offering them to sign up for some kind of service, I would do that. But all I want on here is to learn more about the property. So I'm choosing learn more. And then my destination, I'm going to put my website in here. Me personally, you can choose whatever you want to do. There's lots of different ideas on what to do here. I put my website on here with the property because that's pretty much what I told them I was going to do. I told them if they click to learn more, they were going to see more pictures of the property and virtual tour. So as long as that property has a virtual tour, it'll show up on my website for that property and they'll see more photos. So I need to go find that property on my website. And then once I find that property on my website, I need to copy the URL and I need to paste that right here. Because you can come over here to choosing landing page and it will bring you up to your website, which you could use, but that doesn't actually take you right to the property. You need to be like that, and it's going to have that in there, and it's going to say a whole bunch of jumbled letters, and then that'll take you to that property. All right, so you need to copy it from the URL directly as it is. I'm going to take that out. Now you're going to set up ad targeting. Facebook suggestion. I know it's invalid. There we go. I know why it's this. All right, I just filled that in, just to get rid of that error so we can move forward. Ad targeting. I don't play with that. I let it do it. Now, the reason you might want to play with this is maybe I'm running one ad here, and then I'm going back to my referral map, which if you go into referrals right here, you can go into the referral map and you can see where referrals are coming from. I was very surprised to see that our area gets a lot of referrals from Arizona. So I would know that maybe I need to be advertising some of my listings in Arizona because some of those people may be moving here. So I'm going to create one ad for my area, but then I'm going to create another ad for Arizona to run that in. So if I did that, I would just go directly to that area it's in, and I can use custom, and I can go to not. If you were running this ad as like, hey, I want to target my database, I would think of something like that to be, hey, I'm having a party and I want to target my database to let them know about my party, not really advertising a listing. That's the best use case I can think of for there. For targeting your custom audience, I'm going to leave the United States alone, but I'm going to come in here and instead of Montana, I'm going to say Tucson. It's going to search for it. There it is. And then I'll leave the 20-mile radius. I'm not going to use the expert targeting. You can if you want to. I hear a lot of people talk about using Zillow as a expert targeting interest because they have interest in Zillow. My issue with that is I start narrowing it down too much because now I've got this wide open channel. And as I start narrowing it down, it's only getting those people. And I want it to be a little more wide. I want that pipeline to be a little bit bigger because I'm already narrowing it down to 20-mile radius around Tucson. So I just don't feel like it's a great idea to do that. And Facebook also doesn't suggest it. So I'm going to save this portion. Configure for lead settings. This is something you will not see in yours. This is coming very soon to you. I know on a previous call, somebody had asked about this coming. And yes, it is coming. You'll be able to actually do a little bit more than what's being shown here, but you'll be able to choose what smart plan you want to put them on. So just ignore this for right this second, but it is a coming soon feature. And then your duration, you can see right here, Facebook is recommending a 10-day campaign at a budget of $1 per channel. So if I'm only doing one channel, I showed you earlier that in there, I ran one for $10 for 10 days, and I got a better cost per lead on that. So I would probably want to follow the same pattern here. I'm not putting $30 in for 10 days because I'm only running this on Facebook. So I'm just going to put in $10 right here. If you wanted to spend more, you can. But every single time I've run an ad for cheaper over a long period of time, I just had better performance. So I could just run multiple campaigns if I wanted to. So I'm going to save this budget. My ad's ready to go. I took my time explaining how to do this to you. Once you've done this a couple times, you can fly through this in a few minutes and publish this. I don't spend that much time in here at all. The longest thing for me is getting those pictures picked out. All right, so I'm stopping right here and I'm going to ask if there's any questions because we're really pushing up on the time. Good info. All right, if you are borrowing a listing and use it for what type of ad, when they click learn more, does it brand to you or no? So whatever information you put on here is going to brand to you. As you can see, it shows the Yarbrough team right here. That's how it's going to go out. This is not my listing. I just highly suggest that you always ask for permission, and I would go as far as ask for written permission that you use somebody's ads. So that means sending them an email or sending them a text message, making sure that it's okay to use their stuff. But once you've got that, go ahead and use it. It's going to brand to you. It's going to come to you. The main thing is they're getting more advertising. They're getting free advertising on their property. They're getting to sell it. So this will run. I'm not going to run this one because this is in a different state. I'm not even interested in, so I don't want to run this. But it's that simple. So I'm done teaching campaigns because that's all of campaigns. Does anybody have any questions, any tips or tricks I can give to them before we take off? And then you're going to have the amazing Jay Cermak come on and teach you all about your mobile app and your websites. Well, more than one picture. So I'm going to go to add media where it's right here. And then in here, it says add more. There's this blue button right here. It says add more. I can click on it. And I want to say, I think it lets you go to 5 or 6 photos. I usually stop at 3. So I can click on this photo right here, hit preview and crop image. It gives me a little box showing me the image, and I just save it and I keep on going. Jeremy, yes, these sessions are all recorded throughout the entire day, and they'll be posted on our website, which is going to be kwsouthfloridaregion.com/videos. Yes, it does carousel. So just like it shows up here, it's carouseling around. It'll go through all the photos. It will carousel, and it will also use our AI, Kelly, to select the photo that seems to be getting the most attention. And I'll put that one first to try and get you the best leads for the ad. You can use other brokerage listings, of course, if you've got permission. Yes, Charles, definitely make sure you got permission. But yeah, we have our ability to grab all of them. That's because of our purchase of Smarter Agent. We are able to have all the IDXs, so we can pretty much look all throughout the country. Do we have the same think for a video? Do we do the same for video is what I'm reading. Yeah, for video, we would just do the same exact thing, going different. So we select video right here. And this is using the video that I had made earlier. And just puts it right in there. So you can run this as that video instead. Now, videos do convert higher. So if you do it, here's my suggestion on videos. Keep them short. Don't make them long. People don't have attention spans, and they're not going to sit there and watch your whole video. Also, if you have a video in there and it's about a property, you're most likely going to show too much about that property to where they don't even need to click on it to learn more. So be very careful about that. If it was me, I would use like drone videos showing pictures of the property on the outside, and like maybe showing the pool if it's near the water, showing the water, and then maybe do one quick sneak peek drive through of the inside. So if you've got like a 3-minute video on a property or a 5-minute video on a property, I try and cut it down to like a 30-second video if possible, and just throw that up there. Just tease them and let them know if they want to watch the full version, they need to click on your ad. Don't give it to them. Would you agree, Jay? You want to give them the whole product?
The whole thing.
I would give them the whole thing. Put it on your website. Let them go get it there. You got to tease them a little bit to have them go get it. Jeremy, this training happens every single month, once a month at the end of the month. So we do it the last Tuesday of each month, and we will do it exactly the same way. That way, you know what to expect. If you miss something, you can come back and get it next month. You can also find it on our website. As Ariel keeps on posting in the chat for you, you can just click on that and I'll take you right to it. The link right there to register for next month is in there, thanks to Ariel. And we're going to go ahead and take a very, 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 very short break and give us a chance to get Jay all set up. And then he's going to teach you how to utilize your mobile websites and your mobile apps to get leads and be an amazing agent. Thanks for joining us, and I hope I didn't bore you to death. Have a great day, guys. All right, I'm going to stop recording right here real quick.